So hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Zainab and today I'm here to film my long-awaited labor and delivery video. So might want to get a cup of tea, some water, coconut water or soda, coffee, whatever you drink, because it's about to be on and popping. Okay, so today is I-21st and that's my babe. And I gave birth on June 13th. I know, like so late, but like it's been so much going on. Like being a mom, it's not easy. So my baby was born at 2:43 p.m. and he was 22 inches and 7.5 pounds. And there he is, he's crying. Let mommy film. But I can't film. So I gave birth on June 13th. My due date was June 13th. And so my labor started like around, I'll say 2 o'clock on June 12th. And this was a Sunday, I remember. So I woke up like a regular day and like it was like around 2 p.m. like I was like basically laying around most of the day. So around 2 p.m. I went in, like I was laying on my bed watching TV and I just felt like a little trickle down there, which I haven't felt my whole pregnancy. So I goes in the bathroom and it's like a light pink mucousy substance coming out of me. And I asked my mom like, what's going on? She's like, okay, it's going down. Like your labor has started, your water broke. So at this time, like I was stressed, but I wasn't really like too crazy about it. And prior to this, me and my mom took a walk earlier in the morning. Due date, I'm still pregnant. Trying to walk to see if it's gonna get better. Me and my mom were walking. Like around, I think it was around 10 or 11, we took a walk. So at this time, I was feeling pain when me and my mom was walking. Like it was painful. Like I felt like something, like he was descending down. Like it was hard for me to walk. So, and then I came home and then all that happened. So after I saw what was going on, like I was stressed, but not like super stressed. And then late after that, me and my sister decided to go to the mall with my friend. And then after we went, we walked around the mall. Like if you live in Connecticut, you know West Farms Mall. So walked around all of West Farms, upstairs and downstairs. And you know how West Farms Mall is. And then after that, me and my sister decided to go to Walmart. I know, right? Walmart is huge. So all this time while I'm out, like I'm not really feeling like that much pain. It's just a slight being uncomfortable, but it wasn't nothing major. So by the time I get back home, I bet now it's like around 8 o'clock or 7:30ish. That's when I got home. And then I got home, then like everything started. Like I started feeling like being uncomfortable and like feeling like having severe cramps, kind of like Braxton Hicks, but like they were a little bit like uncomfortable and stuff. So my mom's like, you should take a hot bath. So I sat in the bathtub for like 30 minutes. And this time I'm like, I'm feeling something. So my sister helped me with the contractions app. And we were, I was monitoring my contractions. And they were like 10 minutes apart each. 11 to 12 minutes apart each. So I stayed in the bathtub for like maybe 35 to 40 minutes. And then after that, I keep looking down because my son is down here, that's why. And then so after that, I got out of the tub and then I called my doctor. At this time, I bet it's like around, I called my doctor, I think it was around 10. And she was like, I told her like this afternoon, like around 2, I started seeing like a pinkish mucus stuff coming out of me. She's like, Jana, but you're in labor. So I called her around 10, so we didn't actually get out of my house until like 12. So we packed up everything, put everything in the car. So we drive down. The hospital is about 15 minutes away from my house. So we get to the hospital. I go through triage and everything. And I don't know why they ask you so many questions. Like, obviously I'm in pain. Like, get this show on the road. I need to get to my room, okay? So I fill out all the paperwork and all that, and you have to walk around the corner to get to like the triage area where um it's not labor and delivery yet, but it's where they, you know, monitor you to see how far along you are. And you guys, I was scared. Like, I thought they were gonna send me home and everything, but thank God, alhamdulillah, they didn't send me home. So I got there, they you know, strapped on like all the monitors to check his breathing and like to monitor me as well, and they plugged the IV on me, and that mess hurt. Like, the lady kept on poking my wrist, because they have to get the IVs that are on your hand, and she kept on fishing for a vein, and like she couldn't find one. Then another nurse came and she finally got the vein. So going through all that and going through my contractions and then having to pee like every 5 seconds, it was, yeah, it was crazy in there. So we got there, it was like around this time. By the time I got in my room and got comfortable, it was like around, I'll say like 12:45. So we was in there from 12:45 until 4 o'clock in the morning. That's when I got my labor and delivery room, because like, I guess I was 3 centimeters dilated, and then like my contractions weren't that, like on the monitor, to me it felt like hell, but on the monitor they weren't that, like, I guess severe. So and my mom, she's like, everybody keep going. It was like only like, I think 4 or 5 rooms in that little triage area for women giving birth. So people kept on going in and out of there. My mom said, she's like, look, there's a white lady came here. She only stayed for like 30 minutes. You guys took her upstairs. The Asian lady came up here. She only stayed here for 30 minutes. You guys let her upstairs. A Spanish lady came. Like, what the heck is this? My mom's African, so she's like, yo, what's going on? How come? Because my daughter's black, but you know. She was just joking, but it's kind of funny that how like all those other races came and left, and I'm still laying there.
You know, things happen. So the nurse came, she was like, yeah, I'm sorry, ma'am, but those women are like on their second or third child, and they came here when they were like when they were more dilated as me. They were like around 6 centimeters dilated, so they had to go, and their level of pain was, you know, intolerable at that point. So
I'm waiting for like, I guess the charge nurse to come by to like check my dilation. I was waiting for my doctor, but my doctor, she got there, and then her other patient was, she was doing a delivery at the time. So the charge nurse, whatever, she comes to check my dilation, and I'm still like around I'm almost at 4, but I'm still at like 3. So she was like, okay, we'll just take you upstairs, because like it's taking so long, and then you're in pain and blah blah blah. So they get everything together. At this point I can't really walk. Like, I'm in, like, the contractions are really bad. Like, it's hard to walk, so they put me in a wheelchair, and then everybody comes, we go upstairs, and then while we're upstairs, I know it's about to be on and popping, so I was like, wait a minute. I went to go use the bathroom and empty my bowels, because I know like some women, when like you can have a bowel movement, and I didn't want to have a bowel movement while I'm delivering my baby. And so we get up there, and then like my baby, I guess he had meconium, like he pooped while he was inside, so it's a meconium coming out of me, so they have to monitor him more and monitor me more, so I don't get infection and he doesn't get infection. So we get upstairs, and at this time it's like around 4, and so they're waiting for the anesthesiologist to come in so they can give me an epidural. And I was waiting for that epidural, so I get into bed, and I'm like shaking, like having chills. I'm hot and cold. I'm shaking for no reason, like just trembling. Like, I'll put a clip in at this point. You can see like I'm done, like I'm just ready for this baby to come out. Like, I was so done. So the anesthesiologist didn't come till like around, I'll say 6:30, and then he gave me my epidural. Oh. I would say the epidural, it didn't hurt as much like getting it in, but it was just like very nerve-wracking because you have to sit like this and you can't move. Like if you move, it's bad news. So I was just sitting there like this, and like the oh yeah, and it could be like only one person in the room with you, so my sister and my mom had to get out. I mean, no, actually my husband and my sister left. My mom stayed in the room with me, and then she stayed in the room, and after I got my epidural, they came back in. So after I got my epidural, before I got my epidural, I was like around 4, almost 5 centimeters. Then after I got my epidural, everything started slowing down. Like I wasn't dilating as fast as I was before. So they wanted to give me the Pitocin for the baby and for me as well. So they gave me that. They put that in my IV, and then next thing you know, my baby started having like complications, so they had to shut that down because I was getting scared. Like they took everybody out of the room, and they called the NICU to come into the room. And like when they came in, they checked everything, you know, because his breathing, his breathing was starting to go down and everything. And I was getting scared, like what's going on. Like they sent everybody in the room, and then all the doctors come in the room. It's like a whole big case. So they took the Pitocin out, and after they took that out, so everything was like much better. And then after that, what happened? See, this is why it's good to do labor and delivery right after, so you remember everything is fresh on your mind. So after that, it's like around, I would say 10 o'clock now. So after that, I kind of like fell asleep. Like I kept on falling asleep and waking up. And then I was still like having the chills. I was throwing up uncontrollably. Like my nurse Elizabeth, like this was like the best nurse I've ever like came in contact with. Like, and I've been working in the medical field for a while. Like she was so nice, she was so sweet, and she helped me with everything. That poor girl, like I was throwing up like crazy, and she was giving me those little green bags, like just back and forth, and she's like, do you want the, because you can only like drink like water or ice or ginger ale. So we tried all that, apple juice. I think we tried apple juice, we tried ginger ale. I was throwing up everything, like even. So then I was going throughout all of that, like I was very weak and everything. So around this time, I think it's like around 12, is either, yeah, like around 12:30, my doctor comes to check on me again, and I'm like around, I think 9 centimeters at this day, with all the pain as well. Like after the epidural, like I was good pain wise, but I could still feel something, but it wasn't as bad as before. Like the contractions weren't like that bad, but they were bad. So, and then my doctor comes in like around, I would say 1:45 again to check on me. And at this time I was like 10 centimeters. I was like, yes, please, let's get this show on the road. So I'm 10 centimeters now. And then all the doctors came in, and the NICU came in, and they were like, okay, whenever you feel the urge to poop, you just push. So I remembered that, and they're like, let's go. So, you know, they put your legs on the little things, your legs are like this basically, okay? And then my husband was holding my hand and everything. So they were like 1, 2, 3, and like push down, like don't feel, I don't know what they said, don't make it like you're pooping, but like push down with all your might. And I'm sitting there like and I did that like 3 sets of push, and my baby just came out like bloop. Came out in like 7 minutes. I was like, thank God. And my baby came out, and they didn't do skin to skin right away because, like, y'all, my back is killing me. Like, that's one thing after pregnancy, yeah. So I couldn't do skin to skin right away because he had meconium coming out of me and everything. And then when they did like induce him with the pearl, they crazy, so they had to, like, you know, check him, make sure he was okay. So after that, I couldn't hold him right away. They had to like check him. So we did skin to skin after, but we didn't do skin to skin right away. So after they did all that, like they were there checking him, and I was laying back and I was like, I was crying like crazy. Like it's not like the pain, like it was just like happy tears. Like I can't believe like I just delivered a baby and that he was healthy, and like it was just so beautiful. Like, but I saw him like, because I didn't see him right away, I saw him from afar. Like of course all the nurses and the NICU were all surrounding him like this, but I couldn't see him. I just saw like a kind of like a really light, like kind of white. He looked white to me, sorry, he looked white to me, and he was just laying there. I was like, that's my baby. Oh my god, I can't believe I just delivered a baby. Like it's still like a shock to me that like I had a baby, but like yeah, he's the most beautiful thing. And I keep looking down because he's laying right here. So after that they did skin to skin with me, and then everything was fine. And then we got out of that room, and then I was still throwing up after I delivered. Like that was so weird. I was still throwing up after he came out. And then they had to, I think I had a 2nd-degree tear, so they had to stitch me up and everything. I'll put the picture up. Okay. When you see that picture, my husband, he's not like being like texting or anything. He was just on his phone because he doesn't like to see blood. So that's why he was holding my hand and he was on his phone. I know the picture looks kind of weird. Yeah. So I'm still like throwing up throughout all this, and then they get me the nurse again, Elizabeth, she brings me the menu. She's like, what do you want to eat? And I think I ordered like a chicken sandwich or something. Like at that time, I bet it wasn't that good, but it was the best thing that I've ever eaten to me, because I basically threw up everything, and I haven't eaten ever since like maybe 8 o'clock on Sunday, and this time it was like around 8 p.m. and this time it was like around 3 o'clock on Monday, 3 p.m. So it's been a long time ever since I've eaten. So, and then I eat all that, and then next thing you know, everything comes out. Like I throw up everything that I've eaten. Like it was just ridiculous. So that they I leave that room, and then I go to another room, because that's actually the room that I'll be staying in when like people come to visit me. They will meet in there, and then I'm just all alone with my baby, and everything was so perfect. But to me, the worst thing about giving birth, it's not like the delivery process and before that, it's after the baby comes. Like I was in so much pain. Like after the epidural wears off, like my bottom was so sore. Like, and then when you have to pee, it's like, ugh, it's the worst pain ever. Like to me, the worst pain is having a sore bottom. Like I just couldn't deal with that. And then you come home, it's like your bottom is sore for like literally for like almost 3 weeks. Like people say after a week it goes, but mine was like 3 weeks. Like it was just so uncomfortable. Like when you have to use the bathroom, it's just like pain. And then the only thing you can take is like, they gave me I think it was ibuprofen, and then it was like Tylenol with codeine. That didn't help. The ibuprofen helped more. I know my video was like all over the place, guys, but that's in a nutshell, that's my labor and delivery story. Like this is what happened to me, and I have my beautiful little boy. He's the best thing that's ever happened to me, and I'm so glad to have him. Say hi. But thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye guys.